Table.
Who's the first one out? Who's the first one out? What's his name? Marchese? Nice. Go red. Go.
Kid Poker's got a little bounty envy there.
Get him.
Of course, in this format, it doesn't matter if elsewhere in the room someone's doing well, since only one player per table advances to the final table, where it all begins again, and it's winner take all. And nine's at the feature table for Faraz Jaka, and he's going to raise it up to 550.
Jaka the short stack at this table.
7 tray for Mitzi, and he'll lay it down. To the chip leader here at this table, Joe Gibbons, 10-9 off, and he will not play. Perry Horwich, an amateur player from Massachusetts. He works as a radiologist.
He looks out of place here, but where doesn't a radiologist look out of place?
He makes the call from the button with ace-deuce of spades. Negreanu in the big blind. 6-deuce of hearts. No thanks, he says. So heads up, Jaka's pair of nines against Horwich's ace-deuce suited to flop 7 king 10. Jaka's pocket nines keep their advantage, and he checks. And Horwich checks.
Jaka playing his nines cautiously.
Turn card now, 6 of spades. Jaka's still ahead. Horwich does pick up a flush draw. Jaka bets a measly 200.
200? What is that? 200 into a pot of 1,500? I call.
And Horwich does call. River card, tray of spades, and Horwich gets there with running spades. He hit his flush.
Jaka let him get there with that turn bet.
And now 400 from Jaka. Is he going to get off that easy?
What's in that pot?
100 million thousand.
100 million thousand?
That's a lot of chips.
He's getting pot odds.
Well, another tiny bet.
Horwich will raise it up to 2,300.
Then maybe I only have to show them to the TV.
Muck it, Faraz. Nobody likes to pay off a radiologist.
Jaka will make the call, and Perry Horwich shows the flush.
The poker pro did not play that well. The radiology pro has his chips.
So the amateur will pick up that pot, winning over 6,500 chips, while Jaka is falling further behind everyone at this table.
Right down but never out. Jaka, Jaka. On the prowl.
Jaka with a steep hill to climb to make it to the final table. Back in Mohegan Sun in this NAPT bounty shootout. Still no bounties taken at the feature table, where Daniel Negreanu is now the chip leader.
I'm doing way better than last time. Last time I was like half out by now. Or out, period. I think I was out.
What's the last shootout?
Yeah, it was.
As we take a look at the feature table chip count, Negreanu on top, just ahead of Joe Gibbons. Perry Horwich also close behind, just ahead of Faraz Jaka. Lemke and Mitzi way behind. Jaka wants the short stack at this table, climbed back to a respectable stack.
Raise.
He looks down at pocket queens and a raise to 1,000. Mitzi gets out of the way. He has been very quiet tonight. Perry Horwich on the dealer button with ace-deuce offsuit.
Radiologists love the weak ace.
Weak ace will make the call. Lemke, 10-5 of clubs, and he folds. To Daniel Negreanu in the big blind, ace-9 off.
Canadians love ace-9 off.
Enough to re-raise it to 4,100.
Jaka has made 1 World Series final table and 2 World Poker Tour final tables.
Raise.
24-year-old is going to re-raise it to 9,100. Horwich.
Hope to stay with you guys.
He'll fold.
Negreanu now would be heads up, out of position against Jaka.
I'm not happy you did that. But maybe I saved a lot of money this way. Probably, because I'm going to fold. That's what I'm going to do. I'm folding.
Jaka picks up a few grand without a fight.
Good read from Daniel, and he probably cut his losses.
I think I saved a lot of money in a weird way. Because I was going to go broke on that hand. I just feel it. You know what I'm saying?
And jacks?
Huh?
Jacks?
Oh, yeah, that's what I had, yeah.
So Faraz Jaka has climbed all the way back from being the short stack to now the chip leader at this featured table. He sits with
Mine usually are in picking women.
back to our featured table, and a man who usually has impeccable instincts, Daniel Negreanu. Right now he is watching on as his fellow Canadian Sorel Mitzi is all in after the flop. Mitzi with straight and flush draws, and he trails Joe Gibbons, who limped in pre-flop with pocket aces. He also trails the 2 pair of Perry Horwich, who flopped 5s and 4s. Faraz Jaka saw the flop with ace tray, but checked folded after a bet and raise in front of him. Action on Joe Gibbons, who has the other 2 players in the hand covered.
Call.
And he makes the call for 10,400 more. So back to Perry Horwich.
Radiologists love flopping 2 pair.
Flop a straight and not raise? I'll call.
Horwich calls with the best hand.
This is either great luck or bad luck for Mitzi. If Gibbons had raised pre-flop with his aces, Mitzi would have mucked his hand in the big blind, but now he'll either triple up or be gone.
Turn card is another 4. Horwich improves to a boat. Mitzi will be eliminated. He's drawing dead. Gibbons can still win with a better full boat.
All in.
Gibbons raises Horwich all in, and he calls immediately. And Horwich in great shape to scoop this big pot.
So Sorrell, Mitzi, a victim of circumstance there. Joe Gibbons is going to need the last ace in the deck to knock out Perry Horwich.
The river card now is a deuce of clubs, and Horwich will scoop it all and collect the $5,000 bounty from Sorrell Mitzi. Joe Gibbons must feel like he was hit by a sniper holding 5-4.
First blood. Yeah.
Radiologists love cracking aces.
And another Canadian hits the rail. Sorrell Mitzi, no bonuses, no bounties. Perry Horwich, the big chip leader at the featured table with almost 72,000 chips.
All right, I did better than the last one.
Daniel was knocked out first at the Venetian.
Does that mean you're ready to go? You satisfied?
Yeah, now I'm ready to ship it.
Job 1 done for Daniel. He outlasted someone. Now it's time to get some bounties. $1,000 bonus for winning that table. We'll see him at the final table. At the featured table, Daniel Negreanu still looking for his first bounty. Let's see how he and his table mates stack up. Perry Horwich with a commanding lead after knocking out Mitzi and making Gibbons the short stack. Jock is in second, followed by Daniel Negreanu. Five-handed action begins with Joe Gibbons. Under the gun, he looks down at King, Queen of Hearts.
He used to own an auto dealership. This is his first major live tournament.
The amateur limps in for 600. The other amateur here, Perry Horwich, with ace deuce again.
And this is his first major tournament.
Horwich thinking about putting some pressure on the short stack.
Raise.
And he is going to raise it up to 1,800. Lemke gets out of the way. Daniel Negreanu now for tray off.
Daniel loves this format, and he can't get anything going in it.
And he will not play this hand to Faraz Jaka in the big blind. Jack tray off.
I just think the sleeves should be rolled down and buttoned.
Raise.
It's more professional.
Well, Jaka's going to try to put some heat on the two amateurs. A re-raise to 5,600.
Call.
Gibbons calls.
Jaka with a lot of pep in his step.
5,000 to call.
Horwich, the chip leader here,
All right. Show me the flop.
will come along. So Jaka gets two takers. Let's see if he can back up his pre-flop action.
Jaka's showing us a lot of chops shorthanded.
7 Jack, tray, 2 hearts. Jaka with jacks up. Gibbons with a flush draw.
Talk about a perfect flop for Jack 3.
Jaka bet 1,200. Gibbons all in with 4 hearts to a flush. Horwich will fold. Jaka will call with his 2 pair.
Jaka aggressive and then lucky.
Jack 3. You're kamikaze pilot. That's nuts.
Jaka's really opened up this table.
Jaka way ahead, but Gibbons at risk has some outs. Turn card now is a king that pairs Gibbons, but he needs more help.
I want a heart so bad.
Huh?
I want a heart so bad.
You want a heart so bad? How about a king? I'll take a
I
king.
want to break my heart with a heart. Come on. One heart.
Just the heart. That's all you want.
Heart.
Gibbons looking for a king, queen 7, or any heart, or he's gone.
River card is a red 10, but it's a diamond. Joe Gibbons eliminated in 5th place.
Jaka is very dangerous.
Gibbons goes away with no bounties and no bonuses, but he had a good time.
What are you doing?
No gamble, no gamble, no future, right?
Jaka's gambling, boy. Jaka. Come on with the Jack tree.
Jaka gets his first bounty with designs on make. Now 3-handed. At the featured table, Daniel Negreanu's focus has been squarely on the man on his left.
Jaka. Faraz, Jaka. You married yet?
I don't know.
No. Huh? You playing the field? Huh?
Don't plan on it anytime
Are
soon.
you playing the field? Rolling with the Vegas girls? Doing the circuit?
Daniel was briefly married. How's it feel, buddy?
All right. Action continuing on Daniel Negreanu. No bounties yet. He'll fold his 7 tray. Jaka on the button with 7-6 off. He'll raise his 7-6 to 1,500. Here he goes again.
That's a very active single guy.
Perry Horwich with pocket aces in the small blind.
Here it comes. Perry's going to re-raise.
Our radiologist du jour is having fun here.
And he'll make it 3,000 to stick around. Short stack Brian Lemke, ace queen. And he is all in for 68.25. Jaka will lay it down. Horwich calls, and he'll have Lemke in big trouble with all of Lemke's chips at risk.
Lemke was down to just more than 10 big blinds. Picked up a good hand at the wrong time.
All right, here's the flop, 6-6 deuce. No help to Lemke. Ace is up for Horwich.
If Horwich ordered an X-ray for Lemke right now, he'd see a broken man inside.
Jaka's instincts were right. Originally to play the 7-6, he would have hit trips. Turn card is a deuce, and that is going to close it out. Lemke hits the rail, drawing dead. Horwich will grab the bounty and the $5,000 that goes with it.
More bounties for Perry.
Don't scare me, Daniel. You're frightening enough, really. Don't.
Daniel Negreanu may be frightening, but he is still looking for his first ever NAPT bounty.
Nowhere.
Over at the featured table, Daniel Negreanu wouldn't mind getting a little bit of that Seaver luck. He's short-stacked and still looking for that first bounty. Meanwhile, Perry Horwich and Faraz Jaka are not making things any easier on him at that table. Action will be on Daniel. Three-handed here at the featured table. Ace-8 offsuit.
Daniel really loves this format, but he got knocked out quickly in the first shootout, and things aren't looking so good here.
He's going to raise it up to 1,200. Jaka in the small blind, 6 deuce of spades. What's he got against 6 deuce of spades?
He's just tired of betting. He needs
I
to
guess
rest.
so. He folded. Horwich
Do this.
with King 10 makes the call.
My cards are coming. I feel it. I wanted you to call so bad this time. And I feel like I'm going to flop a straight. I think a straight's coming.
Really? All right.
Like 5, 6, 7.
Daniel's been very talkative and leaking chips.
The flop now. Jack 5 ace.
Hard to make a straight with that stuff.
Yeah, but top pair for Negreanu and a Broadway draw for Horwich.
What?
I bet 2,600.
Why?
It's just a little bit.
Horwich with the gut shot, plus maybe he does figure Daniel for small cards.
It's not that little a bit.
Daniel doubting his kicker.
What, 26, right? Okay.
No, he makes the call.
I didn't expect you to do that. Got me confused now.
I think Daniel's comfortable with his aces, but he'll keep the pot small and monitor the radiologist.
Here's the turn. Another jack. Daniel still best.
All right. I'll bet 6,000.
You know what I think you just did?
What's that?
Got lucky.
I've been feeling lucky all day. What are you talking about?
I think you just got really lucky.
It's possible.
But I'm not sure.
Can you let me know what you want to do?
Daniel's radar has been on the fritz.
I think you have 3 jacks. So what I'm supposed to do when I think that? I can't beat it. I'm supposed to fold, right? Okay. Blah.
Daniel considering laying it down. And he does fold.
That could be a really bad fold there.
I didn't think it was a bad fold.
No, I had a good hand.
The radiologist has the poker icon befuddled. Daniel is reeling.
That was fun, though, for me.
Oh, you seem like you're having lots of fun so far.
Oh, yeah.
All them pretty chips.
And some of those pretty chips used to belong to Daniel, who just can't seem to get rolling on the right track tonight.
North American Poker Tour, presented by PokerStars.net.
Back to Mohegan Sun. Our featured table is three-handed. Daniel, the short stack, has done little other than survive. Amateur Perry Horwich has the lead with over $75,000. Pro Faraz Jaka not far behind with $65,000.
This is a highly likable threesome, and I'm starting to root for the radiologist.
Radiologist with 7-6 offsuit. And he's going to loosen up, three-handed, and a raise to $1,200.
A little Jaka in Horwich.
Daniel folds Jack 8. Now the real Jaka 8-4
I will
suited.
participate.
And he's going to come along. Wow, this could be fun, Norman.
These are very polite men trying to destroy each other.
7-6 against 8-4. Here's the flop. It is 9-6-7. Horwich with 2 pair. Jaka picks up a flush draw and an up and down straight draw.
That's an action flop, Lon. I know action flops.
And 800 from Jaka.
Really?
No, you're just kidding. Doesn't count, right?
All right, I'll make it 2,400.
Raised to 2,400 with his 7s and 6s.
He's starting to play the game.
Now Jaka.
I'm probably going to wish I bet more there, actually.
Jaka makes the call.
I may look back on that as an error.
Turn card. Another 7. Horwich puts a lock on the hand with 7s full.
I'm anticipating a time in which you won't be able to get an X-ray anywhere in America, Lon, because every radiologist will be in a card room.
Jaka with 800 again.
2,400.
First of all, how do you bet 800 into a pot of almost 8,000? And then the raise of 2,400 is rather small and suspicious.
Back to Jaka now.
He blew me a kiss last time.
The pros can't get a read on the radiologist, and he's taking them to the cleaners.
He makes a call.
Don't turn over a heart now. No hearts.
No heart? The guy's a grift artist.
Perry is working it. River card is a tray. Jaka misses his draws. Lucky for him, though.
I think Jaka might bet 600 here.
Now he checks.
2,400.
2,400 from Perry Horwich.
Another small bet. But Jaka couldn't call a bet of 24 cents here. The Faraz Jaka burlesque show is over.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
The Jaka well is empty for now, and Horwich will take that pot.
It's a very nondescript killer over there.
I've never seen a hand played exactly like that ever in my life. But
It makes sense when you see it.
no, it won't.
Daniel still can't figure out Faraz Jaka. To table 4 on the bounty leaderboard with earlier table winner Sam Stein. Right behind him are Perry Horwich, Jason Mercier, and Luis Vasquez. Meanwhile, back at the feature table, Daniel Negreanu has a long way to go before his stack is big enough to even consider knocking a table mate out.
Daniel has 0 bounties again.
The amateur Horwich has 2. Faraz Jaka, the pro, has 1. Action on Jaka. Jack 6 of spades.
Remember, Faraz does have a degree in economics. I guess that means he's smarter than me.
Raise to 1,500. Horwich will lay down the queen 5. Now Negreanu. Ace 9. And his stack moves as 1. All in.
I've got 86.75, I think, right? And you don't have a good hand, I can tell.
Right now.
You don't have a good hand. He was trying to steal my money.
Always gonna steal your money.
Yeah, what are you going to do now? How much is that? 71.75. He's got garbage.
Garbage is relative.
Looks pretty, doesn't it?
Jaka's got garbage, but Negreanu might not have enough chips to protect his hand. Faraz can afford it. It's just a little more than 10% of his stack.
Jaka. What do you got? Something good? No, you don't have that. What do you got? Like
Faraz calls.
jack. You always have a jack in your hand.
I just figure I'm gonna win, so I
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, just put an ace out. Don't play no games now.
enter stronger.
Huh?
Reinforcements.
Daniel Negreanu at risk.
Ace. Just put an
Don't
ace.
look.
Don't do nothing stupid.
Don't look, I'll tell you what happens.
Don't do anything stupid here.
The flop is Jack deuce 6.
hell?
Jack's
How do
up
you do
for
that?
Jaka.
That's unreal. Jack 3, Jack 6. You suck. How does he always do that? Jack 3, Jack 6.
Daniel remains talkative in defeat.
Negreanu on thin ice. Turn card is another
Yeah,
Jack.
turn it up. Yeah.
And that will end
Here,
the
take
suspense. Jack's full eliminates Daniel
I
Negreanu.
swear I hope you win. I'm going to sit right here and coach you. This is crazy. Huh?
No,
This
go
guy's
ahead,
too lucky.
You can
That's not
coach him all
fair.
you want. I'll just pay my
I want to
suited
buy
jack.
back in.
I'm not really sure this is
right,
Daniel's
bye.
best format.
He leaves empty-handed.
What the hell? Jack 3, Jack 6.
Jaka's been running hot, not just tonight, but all year. He's now heads up with Perry Horwich. Jaka made the road easier for both by knocking out Daniel Negreanu.
I just got Jaka'd. Faraz Jaka made me mad today with this Jack stuff. Jack 3, he's just re-raising people like it's easy. And then against me, you know, I guess he's going for the bounty. Plays the Jack 6. He doesn't have to win with it. He's probably a nice boy and whatnot, but today he frustrated me to no end.
Meanwhile, the heads-up match between Perry Horwich and Faraz Jaka has been moved to an outer table. Jaka raised Horwich all in pre-flop and got a call. Horwich with 6-5 off. Jaka king 4.
Horwich down to 10 big blinds. Jaka looking for the knockout
This
punch.
keeps going the way the rest of our table went. You're definitely gonna win.
I think I'll have to win a dozen of these. Maybe not a dozen, but
The flop 4-10-10. Jaka with a pair of 4s. Horwich zilch.
Jaka on the verge of his second straight bounty shootout final table.
Turn card is a 7. Horwich with a straight draw.
See, trying to keep it interesting.
The radiologist picks up some outs. Horwich needs a 3, 5, 6, or 8 to extend the match.
River card is an 8. He rivers a
5,
straight.
6, 7, 8.
And he stays alive.
Well, let's keep playing.
Hey, if you don't cheer, I'm gonna cheer for you. Come on.
Not exactly Matiso versus Helmuth. You've got to like their demeanor.
Perry with a long way to go. Back to the Jaka Horwich heads-up duel. Perry Horwich has been stubborn. He's all in again with ace-jack. Jaka played jack tray and flop bottom pair. And Jaka calls to put the amateur at risk again.
Jack Junk has been good to Jaka. I'm glad Daniel's not here to see this.
All right, so Horwich trying to come from behind and double up again. Turn card is an 8. Jaka still ahead. Horwich got no help.
Horwich has to have an ace. Give him an ace.
The river card is a 5, and that will do it. Faraz Jaka winning table 5. Perry Horwich knocked out, and he'll go home with $10,000 for his 2 bounties.
That was fun.
Jack Junk gets Jaka to the final table again. When we return, the 3 remaining tables will battle for the last seats at the final table.